What's good, YouTube? My name is Coach, and in today's video, I actually finished this Shadrix SIlverquill Commander deck live on stream. So what we're gonna do right now is go over each individual card and just talk about this Commander deck. So when we take a look at Shadrix SIlverquill, he's flying in double strike. At the beginning of combat on my turn, I can choose two. Somebody either gets a 2/1 token with flying, somebody draws a card, loses 1 life, and then somebody puts a +1/+1 counter on each creature they control. So a lot of this deck is about controlling combat, is about manipulating combat, is about gaining life and forcing our opponents to lose life, and it's about Monarch, so we're drawing cards consistently without our opponents, because our opponents shouldn't be attacking us because we are controlling combat, and then overwhelming our opponents with creatures that have +1/+1 counters at some point and slowly dwindling their life total down. So that's kind of the point of this deck. This is the first iteration of this deck. This deck may change in the future, but this is what we got so far. So first card that we got here is a gold mirror. Taps to create 1 white mana. 2 drop. Vessel of Endless Rest. Taps for mana. You have the Court of Grace. This gives me the Monarch. Creates a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. And then if I'm the Monarch, I get a 4/4 angel instead. Good card. The Altar of the Pantheon. Basically just taps for 1 mana, any color. Honden of Cleansing Fire. Beginning of my upkeep, I gain 2 life for each shrine I control. Have Shael, Dean of Radiance. The flip side of this card is actually probably what's best, but I'll show that off later, so I'll leave this card right here for now. We have the Markov Purifier. I can gain 2 life. If I gain life, I pay 2, I draw a card. And I gain life in this deck. And then, because I'm gaining life in this deck, if I draw a card and my life total is greater than my starting life total, I draw a card. Otherwise, I just gain 2 life. Just fair. The Blood Reckoning here, so whenever a creature attacks me, they lose 1 life. This says that I can exile this card and give my creatures indestructible until the end of turn. Or I can pay the flip side, which costs 8, and it's basically a board wipe. Feast on the Fallen, so at the beginning of each upkeep, if an opponent lost life last turn, I put a +1/+1 counter on each fragment. Expel. Exile a creature. Good for indestructible creatures. Doomblade. Destroy target non-black creature. Devoting Fruit. Target player draws 2 cards, loses 2 life. Subversion. So during your upkeep, each of your opponent loses 1 life. Gain 1 life for each life lost this way. Cast down, destroys creature. Marble Diamond. Thorn of the Black Rose. Enters the battlefield, I become the Monarch. Archon Coronation. As long as you're the Monarch, damage doesn't cause you to lose life. Also gives me the Monarch. Titan Hunter. At the beginning of each player's end step, if no creatures died this turn, Titan Hunter deals 4 damage to that player. Cool. This card says, Droning Bureaucrats. Each creature with a converted mana cost X can't attack or block this turn. So this is good, both defensively and offensively. We have Terror. Sanctum of Stone Fangs. Beginning of your pre-combat main phase, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is the number of shrines. We have 4 shrines in this deck. We have Felisa, Fang of Silverquill. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, if I have counters on it, create X tapped 2/1 Inkling creature tokens with flying, where X is the number of counters. We have the Instigator. I can discard a card, pay 3 mana to force an opponent to attack with all their creatures. We have the Beloved Chaplain. This creature just has protection from creatures, so it's just a 2 mana 1/1. With our commander, we could pump this creature up with +1/+1 counters, and it could just turn into an unblockable creature, but more importantly, it's just a creature that can block all creatures. Slash Strengths, board wipe. Signet. Scale Guard. So whatever creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. So when this enters the battlefield, I can choose to give all creatures I control a +1/+1 counter with Shadrix when he activates his ability. If this will just be aware that it's there. And eventually you can just attack with 4 or 5 creatures that all have counters on it and just tap everything down. Preferably an opponent that our opponents can attack as well. So we have the Lead-In Mirror. Okay, ramp. We have a Monologue text, kind of what I'm doing right now. So whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, you create a treasure token. Good card. Court of Ambition. So once again, this gives me the Monarch. Excuse me. So when Court of Ambition enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses 3 life unless they discard a card. If you're the Monarch, instead, each opponent loses 6 life unless they discard 2 cards. Not sure if I read that correctly, but cool. Tesa. Somebody deals damage to me. I put a +1/+1. Actually, I put a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying onto the battlefield. They attack me, that creature is destroyed. So at the beginning of your upkeep, target opponent discards a card for each shrine you control. That's shrine number 2. Here's the Underworld Coinsmith. Whenever an enchantment or this creature enters the battlefield, I gain 1 life, and I can pay 2 mana and 1 life to force each opponent to lose 1 life. Epic Downfall, which is what happened to the main character in Attack on Titan the other day. Exile target creature with converted mana cost 3 or greater. We have the Palace Sentinels, just you become Monarch. A Sign in Blood, draw 2 cards. Martyr Usalka. I can sacrifice a creature, pay white, force a creature not to attack. Piece of Succession, Monarch, Celestial Judgment, board wipe, Souls of the Faultless. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, I gain that much life and they lose that much life. Highest Wrath, board wipe, Valmire Knight, draw a card, Death Toucher. So this is another board wipe here. So done. We have the Murderous Rider, destroy target creature, and he's also just a creature with lifelink. We have a Commander Sphere. We have the Revenge of Ravens. Whenever a creature attacks you, they lose 1 life. Soul Ring, Grim Guardian. Whenever another enchantment enters the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. Fight or Flight. So at the beginning of each opponent's combat phase, separate all creatures that player controls into 2 face-up piles. Only creatures in the pile of his or her choice may attack this turn. Cool. Shadewing, flying 2/2. Whenever a creature you control flying dies, put a +1/+1 counter target creature you control. Tricle Diamond, Birth of Latest, kind of ramp. Suture Priest. So whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain 1 life. Whatever creature enters the battlefield under opponent's control, you may have the player lose 1 life. Cleansing Meditation, destroy all enchantments. If I have Threshold, instead destroy all enchantments, then return to play all cards in your graveyard destroyed this way. Cool. Read the Bones, scry 2, draw 2. Search the Premises. Whenever a creature attacks you or planeswalker you control, investigate. It's basically a token that I can pay 2 mana to sacrifice or draw a card. Fightfall Squad. It's a 2/2 Death Toucher that when it dies, it puts its counters onto target creature I control. So this card's going to be gaining counters. It has counters, so let's just pump a creature and destroy a creature. Seems good. 4 mana. We have the Scholar of Athreos. I can pay 3 mana. Each opponent loses 1 life, and I gain that much life. Dire Tactics. Exile a creature. Sanctum of Tranquil Light. I can pay 6 to tap a creature, but this ability costs 1 less to cast for each shrine you control. So technically this costs 5 because it itself is a shrine, and then if I have 3 more, so 4 minus 6, the least this can cost is 2 mana to tap the creature, which is sorry. So we have a defensive formation here. Instead of the attacking player, you choose how creatures attacking you deal combat damage. Cool. Fancy formation. Alright. So that is the Shadrix SIlverquill commander deck. I'm just gonna go over the backside of this card really quickly. The other side. This is the Ambrose, Dean of Shadow. It says put a +1/+1 counter on another target creature, then this card deals 2 damage to that creature. More importantly, when a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it dies, draw a card. Cool. So that's gonna stay there like that. And that's Shadrix SIlverquill. Hopefully I get to play this card on stream sometime soon. You know, I've been uploading a lot of the gameplay videos, and I've spent more than 6 hours editing, 7 hours editing these videos. And I just think that because my channel lacks numbers right now, I don't think that it's worth editing the videos as much as I am. So I'm just gonna start scaling down on the editing and just get stuff out there so that it just makes my life easier. And then once I start to get many more people watching the videos, like once I start getting to the point where if I upload a video and I start getting 100 views every time, then I think it'd be worth it for me to start editing the video, spending 7, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours at a time to do that. But I just think right now I'd rather just get stuff out there so I can build my base and then spend that time. It'll be worth it then. So that's Shadrix SIlverquill. If you like this video, you can like this video. You could also comment in the comment section below. Be aware that when you comment on any of my videos, you enter for a chance to win the weekly giveaway. This week's weekly giveaway is going to be Ulrich of the Crawling Horde. It's going to be this card right here that I gotta put down, Yennet, Cryptic Sovereign, and then the other card is right here, which is Galta, Primal Hunger. Okay, so these are the 3 cards that we're giving away this week. Whoever wins, you're just gonna pick which one you want, and that's how it goes. So those are the 3 cards, and somebody's gonna win a free Magic card. Okay, so I hope everybody has an amazing day. Remember to eat healthy. Okay, work out every single day, and most importantly, you gotta believe in yourself. Right? Peace.